Our next honoree, movie star looks. He slipped me some money for that one. Our next honoree helped establish the Lions as a powerful defense. He's been named to the College Football Hall of Fame, the Longhorn Hall of Honor, and the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. Doug's first college start came as a sophomore when Texas met number 2 Oklahoma in the old Red River rivalry. His position coach, Pat Patterson, said to him, "This ain't no place for a timid man." Mr. English was anything but. 4-time Pro Bowler, and, you know, he's a nice-looking guy, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Welcome back to town, Doug English.
Let me get right to the bottom line. There's some people I want to thank, and I'll get to that. But let me first of all tell you that football means absolutely nothing. Running into people with your head, catching a fastball, working your butt off, getting knocked down, getting up, that's all good stuff. But, I mean, there's people on outside on the streets freezing to death and trying to make a living for their families that do that kind of stuff every day. Here's what's important about football. Football gives you, right now, society values football players. And as a ball player, you're given power. And that power is to do good or bad, but you have power. And when your little kid comes up and says, "Hey, will you sign this helmet?" And you go, you're tired, there's 40 more standing behind them, you see a break, you want to get back in the locker room, but you stand there and you sign all those pieces of toilet paper and everything else they pick up. And you look at them and you go, "Hey kid, you making good grades?" And they look at you like, "Oh yeah, grades are important, you got to make good grades." Then you get a letter from Mama 6 weeks later that says, "I don't know what you said to Johnny, but he's been studying and making straight A's ever since." That's power. That means something. So the point I'm making is that football means nothing. But what you do with the accolades, with the credit, with the fame that you receive as a football player, that's important. That changes lives. So now let me get back to the thank yous. Mike Ditka could be doing a whole lot of things, probably more fun and entertaining than flying all over the country coming to a bunch of banquets. Because Lord knows, as a football coach, you go to a lot of banquets. But Mike Ditka chose to do something about this problem, this issue with cognizant problems, with head injuries, with the damage that's done to the body playing this game. I mean, hell, we'd have done it for free. I think, anybody argue with that? I mean, we'd have done it for free. I'd have paid them to do it. But it takes its toll, and some people worse than others. And so when you take the fame and the things that come with success and you use them for good, that means something. Mike Ditka did that. Mark Lewis is a successful businessman and a good man. And, he could have spent the money and spent it on himself, spent his time making himself and his family happy. But no, he chose to take a leadership role in creating this event tonight to help a bunch of guys that really need some help. So, Mark, that's huge. You're doing something with the gifts that have been given to you for good. Tom Nowatzki jumps in. I mean, I think of a cause Tom hadn't helped out on. And what an inspiring friend he's become over the years. Nothing less to say about my man Mike Utley over there. He's a leader's leader and an inspiration. So, so I'll tell you, I don't want to let the air out of the balloon, but football means nothing. It's what you do with it. The success that I was blessed with is every single bit of it is due to inspirations like, Charlie Sanders, Levi Johnson, Diamond Jim Thrower. I mean, I start naming names, I'll miss a bunch of people, but the older guys that were here when I got here. And then my teammates that are here, like my man, Bubba Baker, sitting over there. I promise you, number 60, Bubba made me. I mean, hell, I'd have never gone to a Pro Bowl if I didn't have Bubba Baker playing next to me. But we played pretty good together. But what's more important than that, Bubba, we had great coaching. You take Floyd Peters out of our life, and what do? Well, we're done in a couple of years. So the final point I want to make, and I've already exceeded my limit, Mark, I said football means nothing, and it doesn't. It's what you do with it. But how do you get the power from football? You get it from your teammates, and you get it from great coaching. I am a product of great coaches. You take any coach that was standing there for me every step of the way from my football career and replace them with maybe a different coach, and things don't work out so well. I had the right angel in my life every step of the way, still do. That's important. Your teammates are important. The future, the guys that are playing now, they're important. Joe DeLamalu is sitting out here. Joe is a tremendous inspiration in the game of NFL. Nobody's mentioned him yet. Nobody wanted to play against Joe DeLamalu. You ever miss a game? You never missed a game, did you? 14 years or something? 13 years. 10 kids in the family? 2 bedrooms, something like that? Huh? Yeah, last count as far as you knew. I mean, I'll guarantee you Joe DeLamalu would point to coaches and say, without this, I'm back working the bar in downtown Detroit, without this guy. And so, I think back of the coaches that came in my life, Fritz Shermer in my rookie year, that went on to be the great defensive coordinator, won a bunch of Super Bowls with Green Bay. Technician, man, he'd demonstrate on the blackboard. If you stand still, he'd demonstrate on you how it ought to be done. Floyd Peters, put us on our toes and throw your body. And that was a lot of fun. With Maxie right there running the whole deal. Maxie Bond was our defensive coordinator for several years there. And you're not going to believe this, Coach Dickey. You would, but you ever heard of an 11-man blitz? We had one called Sticky Sam, right? Maxie Bond's deal. But I digress. Let me get out of here. Thank you. Football's nothing. What you do with it is. Leadership is. Helping other people. Making something happen. That means something. This room is dotted with people that wore the helmet and some that didn't, like I mentioned Mark Lewis, that make a difference, that say, yeah, I've done well in the football field and in the business world, but it doesn't end there. That's just nothing. Making money means nothing. Money's easy to make. I've been blessed with more than I deserve, too, but it's what you do with it. And every one of you, by being here tonight, you made a choice. You could have done something else. You made a choice to be here and support this effort. And the gridiron greats and the heroes yet to be inducted that are sitting in this room are doing something with it. And when you go home and you hug your kids and you mow your neighbor's lawn because he hurt his back the other day, and you do those things in your community and you support those charities, you're doing something with it. It makes a difference. And that's important. And that's why we're here. And God bless you for being here. And thank you again for the honor. Thank you very much.